Hotepu everyone. This is His Royal Majesty Ra Sumaba Fagbemi, the world's first openly African black gay king. And the role of a king is to nourish and protect his people. And today I wish to do so by discussing a series of classes we've been doing for quite a while now that's now open to the public. These are the Hecka initiation classes you see listed here at this link. Hecka means words of power. But the glyphs for Hecka mean something like to rope the subconscious. It shows a rope, and it shows the word for Ka, which is two upraised arms, your subconscious mind. So let me first give you an example of what I mean by the subconscious. I'm referring to the fact that you are one person made of many, what I call a crowd of one. So for example, just close your eyes for a moment and think of, should you go to the store tomorrow? Think of that question in your mind. Just close your eyes. Should I go to the store tomorrow? Listen for an answer. And there you have it. Who asked the question and who answered? You didn't quite know the answer that was going to come. It was a bit of a surprise or a different voice in you. But the part of you that asked the question, you knew who that was. But the respondent, you're not quite sure who that was. This shows that you sense inside of you different presences, different aspects of the self. So the part that asked the question is called the conscious mind, which is 10% of your awareness here. The part that answered is the subconscious mind. So we have established you have at least two different aspects to your awareness. The conscious mind, which is what's called voluntary choices. It's your willpower, long-term memory, logical thinking, critical thinking, basically voluntary thoughts, voluntary behavior. But there's a second part of you, a deeper side, like this iceberg. The conscious mind is this top bit part we see above the surface. The subconscious, however, well, she's vast and deep. She's the majority of who you are in awareness. The subconscious mind is 90% of the mind. This tiny 10% up top here, versus this massive, powerful, mighty 90% here beneath the surface. The subconscious mind is a part of you that works beneath your awareness, kind of in the dark, behind your back, unawares to you. It's things like your beliefs that are deep within you, your emotions, which have their own mind, your habits, your values. You may not even be aware of your values, but they're there beneath the surface. Your protective or defensive reactions, your automatic reactions, long-term memory also, your imagination, your intuition. These sides of the mind erupt spontaneously without your control or consent or invitation to express themselves. So you might smile in someone's face, hello, how are you? Nice to see you. But your subconscious says, I can't stand you, you're awful, and I wish you were poof begone. Okay? So when you make a choice, at least two parts of you must be in concordance. The conscious mind, the choice, and the subconscious mind, which is the involuntary consciousness, like your heartbeat and your blood pressure. You see, and the repair of your cells. There's some intelligence beneath the surface, this big, giant, vast genius of intelligence, repairing your cells, digesting your food for you, doing amazing things in your life, also doing horrible things in your life, keeping you into drugs, keeping you addicted, keeping you into alcohol, keeping you into bad relationships, keeping you into temper tantrums, keeping you in fear, keeping you in depression, keeping you in sadness. The conscious mind says, I don't want to be depressed anymore. I don't want to be an addict anymore. I don't want to keep doing drugs and alcohol anymore. But the subconscious says, oh, really? Is that what you think is going to happen here? You think you're the boss of me? Look how big I am compared to puny tiny you. So this is not a joke. Each person has their demons they're battling, their issues they're trying to overcome, and the issue has such power sometimes, such force, that it seems almost impenetrable. The habit is so strong. The feelings are so potent. The emotions are so immense that you feel like, oh my God, when someone triggers me, oh my God, I just can't control myself. You can go to jail. You can lose your marriage behind that temper tantrum. You can be fired from your job. All kinds of horrible things can happen if you do not understand this under the surface subconscious iceberg in you. Your beliefs, emotions, habits, values, reactions, memories, imagination, intuition, etc. So the word Hecka means to rope the subconscious habits, to rope the emotions, to rope the beliefs, to rope your values, to rope your imagination, to rope your intuition, all the involuntary functions. There are these sounds. The subconscious mind is like an animal or like a child, a little baby. You can't speak to an animal, you can't speak to a child in full sentences. It can't even speak yet, it's an infant. But you go Google gaggle, you make sounds, you have a little rattle, you make faces. You have to use things that a child will respond to in order to get the subconscious, the inner child, to ally with the conscious mind called the inner adult. This is your emotional self, inner child. This is the inner child down here. This is the adult conscious self. Of the two, the child is more powerful. We call the conscious mind, this tip of the iceberg section, Haru. We call this big, deep, powerful, ancient part of you, Mut, the subconscious mind. Note they wear the same crown. This is free will choices, voluntary choices. This is involuntary reactions, habits, values, and beliefs. They're very similar, and they're very different. I made the female goddess here, the subconscious mind, bigger to match the iceberg being bigger. Now, this brings us to the Hecka initiations, because Hecka are these ancient primordial sounds of power, these mantras that rope the subconscious mind, that hypnotize Mut. The word Mut means mother. The subconscious mothers you or denies you mothering, denies you nourishment in your dreams. Depends how well she is in your chart, in your astrology chart, your Kemetic astrology chart in particular. So, Mut here can agree or disagree with Heru's choice. The subconscious can ally or be a saboteur. So here we have the sound kshving, kshving, kshving. This is the sound that hypnotizes Mut, the subconscious mind, to make you have pleasure in your day, pleasure in your life. But it's a specific sound. We have many sounds for pleasure. Kling, klang, ding, hing, sing. Many sounds that deal with the pleasure principle. But kshving, in particular, deals with having pleasure that does not harm you after it. It's the kind of pleasures that don't have poison in them, like alcohol, drugs, addictions. It tells the subconscious mind how to have fun in a non-toxic, non-self-destructive manner. It shows you how to have fun without drugs, without alcohol, without addiction. Now you chant this sound, kshving, kshving, kshving. And the addictive side, well, I want this smoke, I want this cigarette, I want this marijuana, I want this crack, I want this cocaine, this booze, whatever it is. That other voice in you will speak, the subconscious. If you chant kshving towards moots, words to you of engage and indulge, it will calm her down subconsciously. And this way you can tame the beliefs, emotions, habits, etc. So this is key. The Hecka are the missing key to psychology. That human psychology needs sounds, not lectures or conversation or an hour on a couch. Those are helpful things. But to actually reach down and influence the subconscious mind, to influence the beneath the surface part of you, demands power, vibration, vibratory energy. To vibrate healthy, in this case, pleasures into your being, to wake it up. So in the class, we go through hundreds of words of power. These sounds, which are the psycho-spiritual tools for controlling your behavior, controlling your beliefs, controlling your habits, controlling your emotions. It is the missing link to civilizing humanity. The sounds of civilization, the sounds of good behavior, the sounds of wisdom within, what I call the inner light and sounds, are the ancient technology that we're modernizing in the Hecka initiation classes to help you overcome what's driving you off a cliff, driving you away from a healthy marriage, from bodily health because of bad habits. Let's stop this. Let's not continue to let the subconscious run you, but for you to run the subconscious mind. So the classes are open to all people. You can join anytime. You can catch all the back classes. I leave it open. I want you to have this information. I want to make it available to the world to help this planet. So go to this link, join the classes, and we look forward to seeing you swimming in the waters of Moot, controlling the powers beneath the sea of the subconscious mind. Dwawend Hotapu.